On December 31st, 2018, I made a list. And I carried that list with me for an entire year, through 4 different seasons, 4 different living situations, and who knows how many different hair colors. Although this year was filled with change, and I feel like I've lived through several different lives, one thing has remained the same: this list. Except not exactly the same. What was once a list of things I wanted to achieve this year became a list of things I did achieve this year. So here's what happened in 2019, all thanks to my list. I flew in an airplane for the first time ever.
Okay, first airport review. I am scared. Some of the workers are really nice. Some of them are freaking mean. It's like they just wanted to get their anger out of me, but it's fine. I'm sure I did a lot of stuff wrong. Can you show me, am I over on that side? I just pooped in the air.
Thank you and have a great day.
I'll be honest, I tried canceling my flight once and realized I couldn't, and was out $500, so I went to my doctor to discuss how anxious I was. I was prescribed as-needed medicine for my flight and trip. I actually didn't take a single one of them, but having them gave me a sense of control and security over my anxiety. This anxiety that kept me from flying for 19 years. And I just want to be transparent. Having just simply talked to a doctor about what I was feeling helped me personally so much. So, it might not be flying in an airplane that's on your mind right now, but if you're struggling with anxiety, I encourage you to talk to someone. Even if it's not a doctor, just talk to someone. If anxiety is affecting your life so immensely that you're being kept from doing something you want to do, just know that at least one person, me, knows exactly how you're feeling, and I overcame it. It was rough, and no, my anxiety didn't just disappear. It's an illness I will have to fight the rest of my life. But it feels so good to be able to say I defeated my fear of traveling this year. I was able to visit the beach again. This was a bigger deal to me than it may sound. Of course, at the surface, I just love the beach, and it's always been my favorite place to be, but the last time I had seen the ocean and felt sand was in 2015 on a vacation with my boyfriend, who would eventually be my abuser. My most present memories of the beach were with him, which led me to think about the things he put me through. I wanted to get back that feeling of happiness I once had towards the beach. The feeling of freedom and openness it always gave me. I wasn't going to allow my favorite place on earth to be corrupted by him. The beach was something I loved before him, and I wasn't going to avoid it any longer. I wanted to create a new present memory of the beach without him. And that's exactly what I did. I've learned in my life that if you don't like something about yourself, you should either embrace it or change it. Well, I hated that light bulb tattoo from the moment I did it, but I tried to embrace it. I tried to like it, but after a few months, I still hated it, so I set a goal to change it this year. Well, I didn't change it this time. I had a professional take control and change it for me. If I remember correctly, I had maybe 400 subscribers when I made this list a year ago. So I wanted to set a challenging yet achievable goal for my end of the year subscriber count. I thought with enough hard work and consistent uploads, I could maybe reach or get close to 1,500 subscribers by the end of the year. In March, I surpassed that goal by nearly 6,700%. I wrote down on my list to make a bank account and a savings account. I know you would think I would have already done that considering I'm 20 years old, but no. I even crossed this out because I thought it sounded too stupid. But just for the record, I did make a bank account and savings account. And no, there's not a lot of money on either of them. I went on a road trip. It was pretty enjoyable because of the people I was with. We all have exquisite music taste, and I didn't have to drive any of the way. 3 hours of singing, talking, and enjoying a view I had never seen before. The destination? Salvation Mountain. This was such a cool experience, one that I can confidently say I will never forget. Now, of course, with triumph also comes defeat, but some of my defeats were actually just compromises. Here's what I tried to do but didn't really do exactly how I intended. I wanted to successfully grow sunflowers. The truth is, I didn't even try. I bought the seeds but never planted them. I think a part of me knew deep down that I had no clue how to even begin to grow a flower, better yet keep it alive. And as time passed, so did the season to grow sunflowers. But my mom brought me this. His name is Herman. She named him and told me he was mine and I had to keep him alive. I was terrified. After a week, I thought he was dying, only to find out he was actually growing. You see those curly, tiny leaves? That's growth. I thought it was a dead leaf. Turns out it's just a new one. I felt this new sensation of what it was like to watch something other than myself grow, and it was growing because of me. So no sunflowers, but Herman's pretty cool. And he's grown at least double in size since I got him, just saying. I wanted to do 365 Bible studies or journal entries. My goal here was to write something every day to look back on. I started off pretty strong. I even got a bullet journal and fancy pens. But once I filled the first journal up, I skipped a day, and then another, and then another. Yeah, I never really started back. But I started and filled up a notebook entirely. I had never done that before, so I consider this a successful failure. And of course, there's a couple of things I didn't even attempt to do. Sure, I could blame it on lost time, but I'm not going to. I still want to go to an animal shelter and volunteer, but I found myself scrambling to try and do it before I made this video. And that's not what I want the reason or motivation to be when I go. So, this will still happen, just not this year. I wrote that I wanted to go to a concert and then immediately crossed it out due to anxiety. I know it's good to get out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself, but it really wasn't something I wanted to do. It was just something I wanted to say that I've done, if that makes sense. I'm sure at a different time in my life, I will actually desire the experience of going to a concert, but for now, my living room performances will have to suffice. Lastly, there's things I did this year that I didn't even imagine possible. I had a couple of videos go viral, and if you've seen me before, it's probably from me stabbing myself in the nose with a safety pin or baking a cake. Because of these two videos, I surpassed 100,000 subscribers, something I genuinely never thought would happen. Oh my god. I literally cannot breathe right now. This is not about to happen. This is not about to happen. This is not about to happen. There's no way this is about to happen. Oh my god. What is happening? Oh my god. What is going on? I really can't believe this is happening. I'm this is not real, you know? 100,000 people, that is a lot of people. I'm shocked right now. I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to act. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. To think that I have this many subscribers. What? I still watch YouTubers who have 100,000 subscribers or even less, and I look up to them because numbers don't matter, content matters, but it's just that's just validation that what I'm doing is somehow making people happy. I don't know how or why, but thank you, because it's I'm gonna start crying. I don't want to cry, but what I'm doing is making 100,000 people, 100,006 actually, people happy, and that's all that I've ever wanted. YouTube was YouTube has always been there for me when I needed someone and felt like I didn't have anyone. Even if I did have people, YouTube was something I could turn to, and I just could watch my favorite creators and just turn off the world for a little bit. It became a healthy way of dealing with things than I was before, and then it turned into me creating videos, became a healthy way for me to deal with what I was going through. And it just made me such a stronger person mentally, and I'm so freaking happy. Oh my god. This is not real. After sleeping on my dad's couch for a few months, I finally moved into my own apartment.
Hey everyone, so I'm currently in my room. In my apartment!
This was a goal of mine I was too scared to say out loud because I didn't believe it could happen anytime soon. Sure, it's been challenging and there's been bumps in the process, but all over I did it. And I'm living in my apartment, so that's pretty cool. I went to California and met two of the coolest people ever. It's almost like we'd known each other our entire lives, and I kind of felt the same way with the state. I had always dreamt of going to the Golden State, but never thought it would be a reality due to several factors such as finances, time, and the biggest, my anxiety when it comes to traveling and being away from home. And as cliche as it sounds, once I got there, I felt more at home than I had in a long time.
This is so weird. I know. Everything's so cool.
No, come get one with me.
Wait, should we do this? Alright, I don't know if that's pink houses, or a pink house, or if it's pink apartments, but I'm gonna live there one day. Just putting it out there. So I got this smoothie berry boost. It's very good. I'm using a reusable straw.
And this mango one. And I got this chia seed goop. It's really good.
Wow. That's mine.
So that brings us to now. I'm making this video to end the year, and I guess all that's left to do is make another list.